Hey guys, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This is going to be of the Marvel Legends series, part of the newest X-Men and Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure series, Marvel's Vulcan. I'll admit, wasn't super familiar with this character when it was announced. I've had time to read up on him a bit. Pretty cool character here. At least the backstory I think is pretty sick. And I believe there's new parts for the body here on this figure. That's why primarily I picked it up. I don't know if I'll get the rest of the series yet. There's some characters here that I do want. Some others I could live without. But Build-A-Figure also looks like one of the coolest ones I've seen in a while for Marvel Legends. Anyway, let's go ahead. Take a look at the packaging top half. You can see the figure in the box. Some of the contents that it comes with. Really cool backdrop there too. Almost looks like an explosion. And then we have bottom half here. We do have parts of the Build-A-Figure as well as X-Men, Marvel's Vulcan, as well as on the bottom right, the Hasbro logo. On this side, which is going to be reflected on the other side, it's very cool artwork of Gabriel Summers right there. On the top here, it just says Build-A-Figure Bonebreaker, the X-Men logo. Warning, choking hazard in ages 4 and up. Here's a quick wide shot of the back of the packaging here. Top half here, there's that artwork that we saw on the sides. On the left, now on the top right, you do see Marvel Legends series in multilingual read-ups right there for the character. Bottom half, Build-A-Figure Bonebreaker. Build-A-Figure on the left, rest of the characters over on the right. We also have multilingual warnings and whatnot. Bottom here, barcode in case you need it. Let's go ahead and get this figure out of the packaging. So here is the figure out of the packaging, and from what I can tell, this is a brand new body, and I'm really excited to see what potential characters could be on this body. Overall, this is a really sick figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Build-A-Figure pieces and accessories. Then we'll take a close look at the figure. This figure comes with the upper torso as well as some extra hands for Bonebreaker, which we'll take a look at those hands in a second. I'm going to be completely honest. If I decide not to make this Build-A-Figure, I'm using this torso for a custom, just like a henchman or something. I would, get some. I would start kit bashing and whatnot. Maybe thinking about putting this head on there. I think that would work well. Anyway, what we do have on here is pretty sick. I believe this upper torso is using the Spider-Man UK body that we've gotten with other characters like Magneto and a few others I can't think off the top of my head right now. We also have these arms also looking nice. These all could also be used for fodder. These arms, if you need a bare-armed, sleeveless character, so that's cool. These little bracelet pieces, they're not bracelets, but you know what I mean. These pieces are also removable, as well as the neck piece here. So if you want to start stripping away some parts, these things are not, sculpted or glued on there, so that's cool. Hands, I don't think I've seen these before exactly. I could be wrong, because these have an up and down disc right there. And it just looks like the way that some of the sculpting is done on the hands with some of the wrinkles and whatnot, that I just feel like I haven't seen these before. And of course, this harness, I don't think we've gotten before. That neck piece will fall off. So, I don't usually talk about the Build-A-Figure piece that much. I just wanted to show off. So, although it does have a good number of stuff going on with it, though, that I wanted to talk about. That's why I was doing that. And then we just get an extra pair of fists I think we've gotten before with other Marvel Legends characters. Now, for accessories with Vulcan himself, I feel like this hand, it's just unrecognizable to me. We might have gotten it before in the Marvel Legends line. I could be wrong, but this one looks pretty familiar to me with other characters that have had these type of sprawled out hands. They look good, though. I mean, this is all he comes with, just these extra hands, just for the character himself. But still, and you can see a little bit of some veins and whatnot on the back of the hands. There's the inside of the hands for you. Looking really nice. So originally, before this figure came out, I thought it was using this body here that's been used on Kane Parker, as you can see here. It's a bunch of other figures at this point. But the biggest difference, if I'm going to zoom in here, and my hands are going to be a little awkward because I'm fumbling around two figures at the same time, the shoulders are huge on Vulcan. There's also, I wouldn't say there's not as much detail, but you can see there's really just one prominent wrinkle or curve right there, whereas there's multiple ones for Kane Parker there. The chest was kind of hard to see differences, if I'm being quite honest, until you see it's a little, the way the waves look here. It's more even here. It's the way it is sculpted is uneven there. And then we have what actually will help you realize that they're different bodies. If you look towards the neck on the back too, A little bit of some, I wouldn't say dimples, of course, but, you know, some parts sticking out there on the back. My anatomy skills are horrible right now. It's more smoother here. So that gives you an idea that, yes, this is very much a different body. Arms are different as well. They're wide, besides the pinless tech, that's obvious. They're wider biceps. The upper legs, like the calf muscles and whatnot, they do have differences in sculpt. These pieces here on the muscle are sticking out a little bit more than here. And yeah, I don't think the feet may have been reused before, but they're not the same on, you know, the Sunfire, Spider-Man 2099 body, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, they're not the same. I don't know where these feet are from exactly. These hands have been used a pretty decent amount of times before. Don't blame them for using them, though, and reusing. Other than, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what's new on this body, what's reused, the figure itself with certain details is really good. First of all, the head sculpt, I think, looks really nice. The yellow eyes are painted very well. They even have the nice lip color going on there. The bone structure, the way that's sculpted, I think is really nice too. And I actually really like the sculpting on the hair. It looks really good. Now the paint, it's just molded in brown, so there's not much paint going on there. Like, well, I'm looking. If there is paint, it's very minimal, but it's mostly just a brown sculpt. But the way it looks, I think it looks really good. Now, paint apps are pretty even for what I can understand. There's some kind of scratch up here I didn't notice in the box. So I don't know what's going on there. I think I might be able to get that off, but I don't think I can do that right now. Pinless tech, that's always good to see. Now, I don't know. It's a little hard to see, but I can tell that the elbow here is a slightly darker red compared to the brighter red here and here. But it's not by much to where it bugs me. You really got to look at it pretty hard. Other parts here, I think there's actually sculpting here. It's not a separate piece, but they did put sculpting on this part of the arm going into here. Or it could be a separate piece. I could be wrong. I feel a sculpted line in there. That's why I'm saying that. Everything else in the muscle structure and all that on this figure looks really good. The way that the blue meets with the red. Again, I don't see many splashes, so I think that looks really good. I can see a little bit of some glossy going on with the back of the shoulder blade there. So I don't know what's going on there exactly. It's not too bad. X belt right there is decent. The red paint in there is nice. The gold, the molded gold is not my favorite, but it could be a lot worse if I'm being honest. Then we get down to the legs. All those muscles looking really nice. They have this similar, it's a little bit easier to see here, at least for me. The similar problem with the elbows is in the knees. This is darker, where this is a little bit brighter. This thing too. Just looking on the back, seeing what else I'm missing. And then we do have the calves here. And you can see that there's a separate articulation, which we'll go into the articulation in a second, but that's not all one piece. We have a lot of calf muscle or articulation over the past few years with Marvel Legends. But this gold on the feet is a similar type of molded gold as the belt. I don't know what that was. I just heard a second ago. There's the bottom of the feet. Again, it could be better, but it doesn't look horrible to me. I mean, there's some stuff with going on in the actual plastic, like whatever's going on with that line. Don't think it's supposed to be there. It's a little bit marbleized. But other than that, I am pretty happy with the body mold here. The new body mold, I think, looks really good. I am excited to see, I might have already said it, excited to see what characters they're going to put on this body. Because there's some pretty good proportions on this guy, I think. Now, articulation is actually quick 360. Seriously need to get a rotating stand. Articulation is pretty basic. With this new body, I thought they would actually put a dumbbell joint in here, like some of the newer figures. It's not a bad thing for me. I just thought they were more committed to that type of joint now. But we have the classic disc and hinge. So it goes up really far, down pretty far too. It can swivel here. We do have butterfly joints. Arms go all the way around, in and out. Upper arm swivel, double jointed elbows. swivel at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. It's for all sets of hands. This one's a little bit loose here. Ab crunch goes forward like that. Back like so. Waist twist. You can see that the belt kind of moves around a little too much, but it's not horrible. I mean, if it's like that, you'll probably keep that. I mean, it could get molded like that. I don't know. It's not going to stay molded like that for too long, though. Legs can kick out that far. Not really back at all, though. We do have splits, as you can see. Upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Calf rotation. It's a little bit tight, but I do have a bend at the foot here. And then going up could be a little bit better. I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong, but we also have a little bit of ratchet joints going on in the, whatever it is, the ankle pivot. For size comparisons, I have both Summers Brothers right next to Vulcan on the left. That's the 2016 version of Havoc because I don't have the new one yet. On the right, I think that's the 2017. I think that's when it came out, version of Cyclops. Far left, that is Black Suit Spider-Man. Far right, that is a Black Series Mandalorian. So I think he's the tallest out of these Marvel Legends that you see here. Definitely going to be taller than Black Series figures most of the time. I think the new Spider-Man is actually a little bit taller than figures on the Bucky Cat mold, as you can see there. But I think Vulcan is a little bit taller. Overall, I do like this figure. I think they did a really good job with this new body mold here. There's really nice potential for other figures later on down the line. I don't know who new we can get on this body, or, you know, who's already been made a ton of times. I mean, maybe Spider-Man, maybe Daredevil. I don't really know. But whatever new characters we get on here with this body is going to be really nice. The figure itself here, I think, has really nice paint apps. The new body here, I think, has a lot of really nice proportions with muscles, as well as, you know, like, just the way that it's sized. I think it's really nice. My biggest complaint with the figure is mostly that whatever gold is on this figure, I don't think it looks amazing, but that's it. I don't hate the gold on here. Maybe it could have come with a few more accessories, like effects pieces and whatnot. It just comes with some hands. But again, it's just a really nice figure. The head sculpt also, I forgot to mention. It's really nice. The paint apps are not bad, too. And I don't know if I'm getting the rest of this wave here. If not, I'm pretty content with just having this figure and using the torso here for, you know, just a fodder character. But there's some other characters in this series I'm contemplating on getting. But until then, because I haven't seen the rest of them, very nice figure here for me to start off this wave. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, 22 to 25 bucks, depending on the retail. I got this at Target, actually, down the street for 23 bucks. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.